Pennsylvania Republican Congressman Scott Perry is running for re-election. Cassidy Hutchinson, the January 6th committee star witness, described Scott Perry this way in an interview with Pennsylvania radio station WTIF in October of last year.
I think it is also important for central Pennsylvanians to know that Scott Perry was central to the planning of January 6th and central to the planning of operating the Justice Department officials to execute a plan that Donald Trump wanted. And what Donald Trump wanted was to essentially shred the Constitution in any way that he could to stay in power. And Scott Perry has a lot of information about that. And I think that Scott Perry owes it not only to central Pennsylvanians, but to Americans to share what he knows.
Democrat Mike O'Brien is running for the Democratic nomination to challenge Congressman Scott Perry. The Pennsylvania primary is next month. Mike O'Brien is a retired lieutenant colonel who served 20 years in the Marine Corps as a Top Gun fighter pilot and squadron commanding officer. Mike O'Brien said this in his campaign announcement video.
Congressman Scott Perry and his far-right gang of insurrectionists are a threat to democracy and a threat to our freedoms. And that's why I'm running for Congress, right here in my home state of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania families need a fighter on their side who listens to them, who respects them, who cares more about them than about winning partisan food fights. This isn't about Democrat versus Republican. It's about American versus un-American. It's about regular people versus Washington extremists like Scott Perry. It's going to take all of us to save our democracy. So join me and let's do this together.
Joining us now is Mike O'Brien, running for Congress now in Pennsylvania's 10th congressional district. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. This would be a very important race for the Democrats to win. It is the kind of district that could, with a great campaign, if you can deliver it, it could flip to Democrats. What is your strategy going forward in this campaign?
Yeah, that's absolutely the plan. And I'll say thanks a lot for having me on tonight, Lawrence. The good news, the district is winnable. Our governor, Josh Shapiro, he actually won the district by 12%. And in the 2023 municipal elections, the local elections, the Republican advantage was only 1%. So all this is going to take, it's going to take the right candidate. It's going to take somebody, I think, with a national service background who can appeal to the independents and the moderate Republicans. I'll tell you, with my 20 years in the Marine Corps, again, as you mentioned, I was a squadron commander, Top Gun fighter pilot. My wife, actually, she's still active duty in the Marine Corps. And we were the first married couple to command squadrons in the history of the Marine Corps. And I think that's something that resonates right here is service. Service resonates regardless of whether you're a Democrat or Republican.
Is there a number one issue for your district?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's beating Scott Perry. I've gone door to door and people are tired of him. He can't hide anymore. He's now very much on the Mount Rushmore of extremists. And we've built the coalition to be able to beat him this year. And I'm really proud of that coalition. It includes the Teamsters Local 776. Labor is going to be a big part of it. Obviously, service-based organizations like Vote Vets, Serve America. And the viewers are at home. You can be a part of this too if you go to MikeO'BrienForPA.com and contribute to our campaign to help defend democracy.
Pennsylvania Democratic congressional candidate Mike O'Brien, thank you very much for joining us on your first campaign appearance on this program. I hope you can come back.
Thanks for having me, Lawrence. Appreciate it.
Thank you.